I can't film in my car today because that's fine. I'm in Louisiana, but this is what we've been dealing with all week. We've kept power and water. Thankfully, it's down to a trickle. I was able to wash my hair, hence the video. It's been an adventure for sure. I hate to complain because I know a lot of people out there don't even have water or power. There's been some really dangerous situations. It's been really unprecedented for this part of the country. And it's gotten me thinking, because one of my biggest complaints throughout this whole thing is I can't get to Starbucks. I know, right? It got me thinking about idols and the things that we can create in our lives that take first place when they should be way farther down the line. It's not that there's anything wrong with Starbucks, testify. But when I get into a near panic stage over not being able to go get my cold brew with cold foam, that's a red flag, right? And I feel like the Lord's been convicting me on some of these things that I have just given way too much priority in my life lately. And I feel like, that's something relatable. I feel like especially in relationships, it's really easy to do that. Whether you're single and hoping for a relationship or coming out of a divorce and thinking, I have to put this back together somehow, or I have to get married again before anything will be normal. Or even if you're in a marriage, sometimes we can still get consumed by those relationships instead of putting the Lord first as our first relationship. And nothing good happens when we get that stuff out of order. I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. This Snowmageddon, as we've been calling it, is really opened my eyes to just some of those things that are gifts and are blessings, but that we abuse. In another video down the road, I'll share my full testimony of divorce and remarriage, but for now, I just would like to touch briefly on that warning of relationship idols and just encourage you right now, if you are single and you think nothing's going to be right, I'm going to have this hole in my heart until I get married, you're wrong. And if you're divorced and you think nothing's going to be right until I get this hole in my heart fixed through remarriage or a new relationship, you're wrong. And if you're married and you think nothing's going to fix this hole in my heart until my marriage is stronger or until I have this or that in my relationship, still wrong. And that is something I have to remind myself every day. That is a struggle of mine, not to put these relationships that I lost and then relationships that I gained at a higher level of importance, because it just messes everything up. So I'd like to encourage you today, if you feel like your life is on hold and you're waiting until you get that relationship or until your relationship that does exist gets stronger, that's not the formula, sister. That's not going to do it. Instead, I would like to encourage you to invest in filling that hole that you feel, that gap, with things that are not earthly relationships, but that are eternal. And you can do that through reading the Bible. You can do that through church community. You can do that through just prayer. I know those are like Sunday school answers, right? Sometimes things are cliche because they're true. And so all those things that I just listed, those are the ways to get closer to the Lord and to actually fill that hole that you feel in that gap. Because a human relationship, it's not going to do it. It might feel like it does for a little while, but when that new wears off, you're right back to feeling that ache. Speaking of aches, I would like to give a book recommendation really quick today. This book, it's called Stay by Julie Pascal. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And this is the greatest cover. She's so cute. She's a photographer, homeschooling mom, Christian woman. This is nonfiction, and it is talking about all those different things that we deal with as women. All those aches, all those failures, all those fears, all those feelings of guilt and rejection and shame. All of the things are addressed in this book, and it's so good, you guys. I felt like the best way to describe it was, when you have a toothache, stay with me. When you have a toothache and it just aches so deep inside, and it's like you just want to keep shoving your tongue into it. You want something to like pressure, and it's like it needs pressure to relieve the pressure. Does that make sense? You know that feeling? I feel like this book relieved some of the pressure. It acknowledged that ache. And I feel like the Lord really used this one to speak to me and address a couple of things in my life and in my heart. And the whole point, the title, Stay, is talking about staying within those feelings rather than running from them. And not in a wallowing, poor me kind of way, but in a stay at the table, stay with the Lord, let Him work through those things in your life. Add to cart. All right, so that's it for today. I just wanted to give y'all those few thoughts on idols. I don't have any coffee, you guys. This is legit, right? I am hoping that Starbucks will open tomorrow. Here's some more Snowmageddon shots of Louisiana. Crazy. Y'all, we're used to 5-pound mosquitoes and humidity hair. Like, we don't know what to do with this. All right, so one more thing. I would like to show you guys my new cover for my upcoming novel with Ravel. It's called Tacos for Two. It's super fun, y'all. It's Food Truck Wars meets You've Got Mail. If you haven't seen You've Got Mail, highly recommend. Classic, Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, can't miss it. I'm really excited. I love the illustrated cover that my publisher prepared this time. I think it's a really fun new direction for my books. I hope you guys like it too. If you guys haven't subscribed to my newsletter, that is the best way to stay in touch for first peeks and exclusive looks and behind the scenes for these types of things like cover reveals or whatever else. So if you haven't subscribed yet, it's www.betsysaintamont.com. That's all run together. There's no period in the Saint. And here it is. That's all I have for you guys today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would be honored if you did. I hope we'll meet back here soon for coffee, please. And we'll have more book recommendations, more heart talks. If you guys have anything you would like me to address, I would be happy to have a suggestion box. Feel free to leave that in the comments. Hopefully I can get back to my car filming because I was sort of a nervous wreck waiting for my family to bust in. I told them if you did, no guarantees you were getting edited out. So enter at your own risk. Have a great one. Blessings.